This video is on maths number relationships, starting with number lines. To work out the value of a position of a number, line or scale, firstly work out what each division is worth. So for example here, between 0 and 1, there is 1, 2, 3, 4 lines, or I can count the spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces. I can then work out what each division's worth because I've got 4 spaces in what is one difference in number. So each line must be worth a quarter of that one. Then I can work out what my arrow is because there's 1, 2, 3 spaces after the 1. So it must be 3 lots of that 1 quarter. So it'll be 1, 1 and a quarter, 1 and a half, 1 and 3/4. I could equally, because it's 1 less than the 2, take away what one division's worth, which will come to the same thing. Let's look at 2 examples to make it clear. Example, what number is represented by the arrow? Well, I count the lines between 10 and 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Equally, I can count the spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 5 lines between 10 and 20, and that is a distance of 10. 20 take 10 is 10. So in a space of 10, I have 5 lines. That means every line must be worth 10 divided by 5, or 2, as I've got 5 sections in 10. So each section must be worth 1/5 of that. So I now go to the number before my arrow. Each line's worth 2. So if that's 30, that's worth 32. That's worth 34, and my answer is 34. Let's look at another one. Which number is represented by the arrow? Well, between 2 and 3, I'll count the lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The difference between 2 and 3 is 1. So each line must be worth 1 divided by 10, because there's 10 spaces in that one. So each space is worth 1/10, or 0.1. So I go to the number before my arrow, and I've got 3.1, 3.2, 3.3. So my answer is 3.3. Section 2, indices. An index is a raised number which indicates how many times the base, or the big number, needs to be multiplied by itself. The plural of index is indices. So here I have 2 to the power 5. 2 is my base number, 5 is my index. And it means that I have 5 2's all multiplied together. So I can work this out. 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8, 8 times 2 is 16, 16 times 2 is 32. So 2 to the power 5 means this and equals 32. Highest common factor. The highest common factor, often written as HCF, of 2 or more numbers is the largest number that divides exactly into all numbers. So if I have the numbers here of 24 and 36, 2 goes into both numbers, but it's not the biggest number that goes into both numbers. The biggest number that goes into both numbers is 12. So 12 is my highest common factor. 2 times 12 being 24, and 3 times 12 being 36. To work out the highest common factor, you work out the factor of all the different numbers, work out the largest number that appears in all the factors. Alternatively, and what I normally recommend, is you work out the factors of the biggest number and then see which number is the biggest one that also goes into the other number, rather than working out all the factors of both. So what is the highest common factor of 12 and 18? Well, the factors of 12 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 and 12, and the factors of 18 are 1, 2, 3, 6, 9 and 18. Now I notice that 2 and 3 are common factors, but 6 is my highest common factor, because it's the biggest number that goes into both. If I was to work out the factors of 18, I go 1, 18, well, the biggest factor of 12 is going to be 12, so that's not going to work. Then 2, 9, no, 9's not a common factor. 3, 6, yes, 6 is the highest common factor. I know 6 goes into 12, and I haven't had to work out the factors of 12. Lowest common multiple. The lowest common multiple, often written as LCM, is the smallest number which appears in all the times tables. So which is the lowest common multiple of 6 and 9? Well, my multiples of 6 are 6, 12, 18 and so on, and 9 are shown there. Now 54 is clearly going to be in both because it's 6 times 9. However, I notice that 18 is my lowest common multiple, and so that is my answer. Generally, I will just write out the multiples of the biggest number and see the first one that I recognise as a multiple of the smaller number, and that way I'm not looking at writing a whole lot of multiples of both and wasting time when you do not have a lot of time in the exam. I hope that helps. Bye!